Well, look, I'm not going to comment on a live court case, but I am going to comment on a scurrilous allegation. The allegation is meant to point to the most powerful man in Gibraltar, as we would see it in the context of politics, which would be the Chief Minister. The Chief Minister is conspiring against no one, against no Gibraltarian. In particular, I'm not conspiring against the former Commissioner of Police, and there is nothing the Chief Minister of Gibraltar can do to put anybody in Gibraltar in fear for their lives. Far from it. The Chief Minister of Gibraltar owes himself to protect the lives of every Gibraltarian, whoever they may be, of whatever political complexion they may be, and however much damage they may wish to do to the Chief Minister of Gibraltar.
Over the 45-minute programme, there were a number of issues raised, most of them on domestic matters. Fabian Picardo explained the COVID inquiry would be of a medical nature only, pointing out it would be compiled with the benefit of hindsight.
So a lot of work has already been done in preparing for the COVID inquiry, both in the GHA and outside of the GHA, so that the process is an independent one. We're not going to have a judicial inquiry into COVID like they're having in the United Kingdom. We're going to have more of a medical inquiry into COVID, but under the Commissions of Inquiry Act, so that it is dealt with entirely independently. What we want to do is to ensure that we produce a record for the future, so that future pandemics, not just respiratory pandemics, but in particular respiratory pandemics, can learn from the mistakes that we must have made in the process of dealing with COVID. I think we must all put up our hands and say we did everything in the best faith possible. We tried our best, all in good faith, but no doubt when we look back under a microscope at what we did, we must have got things wrong. Because of course this was a developing picture. One day the medical advice was one thing, and the following day it was the opposite. I mean, I've never been under so much political pressure. You asked me a question, a very sensitive question about my personal life at the beginning of this program. I can tell you now, reflecting on COVID, I was under much more pressure when I was dealing with COVID. Personal, because of fear for my family and fellow Gibraltarians. Professional, making sure that we got things right in the relationship with the United Kingdom to get the vaccine as quickly as possible, to get the sovereign guarantee as early as March 2020 when we got the sovereign guarantee. These were real high pressure moments, the most high pressure moments ever, even more pressure than the result of the Brexit referendum.
And perhaps the best indication ever that an election could be called soon after the summer. Minutes before the programme, the Chief Minister tweeted last night's could be his last direct democracy, and was reminded that GBC has the next one scheduled for the 7th of September.
We do, and given the electoral timing, it may be that I am back with you in September, or it may be that I am not. If I am not, it's because the electoral process will have begun. The people of Gibraltar will decide who should be the next Chief Minister. The next Chief Minister, if he's not me, will decide whether or not he wants to continue to do direct democracy.
Fabian Picardo also announced a budget session will probably take place on the second week of July, late because of treaty negotiation commitments. He said he was holding meetings with unions on cost of living pay rises and the minimum wage for the public sector to see if they could agree on something both sides could be happy with, as well as measures to alleviate cost of living challenges for the private sector. These issues had to be looked at, he said, in the context of a deficit situation, although he said the deficit was looking more like 15 million instead of 50.
Thank you.